Welcome to Soul Fire Ascension. This space is held by Raven, founder of Soul Fire Ascension and Raven's Healing Arts, a sacred place of healing, transformation, and remembrance. Raven is a clinical and past life soul regression hypnotherapist, Reiki master teacher, angelic alchemy practitioner, and spiritual coach. Her work bridges grounded therapeutic healing with soul remembrance, guiding others through past life regression, Akashic exploration, and deep transformational healing. She walks this path with wisdom and grace, grounded like Raven and led by the heart of White Dove Dancing. Walking beside her is Lisa Lovelight, a cosmic human in the living process of remembering who she truly is. Working through the heart, the field, and the unseen, Lisa guides others back to their own knowing. She is a past life healing hypnosis practitioner, Reiki master, intuitive healer, and transformational coach, weaving energy, remembrance, and quantum awareness to help others reconnect with their soul's truth and release what no longer belongs. Through Sacred Heart Quantum Healing, Lisa holds space for deep restoration, multidimensional healing, and the awakening of the authentic self, inviting the heart to lead where the mind once ruled. Together, Raven and Lisa hold a shared intention to awaken remembrance, to gently dismantle inherited programming, and to reveal the truth that healing lives within us. Here we explore ancient wisdom, living energy, and the knowing that when we heal ourselves, we heal our ancestors and future generations. May what is shared here serve your remembering, soften what is ready to release, and awaken the truth already living within you. Welcome to Soul Fire Ascension. What if the answers you've been searching for have been in your hands all along? Soul Fire Ascension welcomes back a woman whose work spans decades, not trends. Myrna Lou Goldbaum, Master Palmist, author, soulmate specialist, reading palms since the age of 10. Over 59,000 hands documented, with a 90 to 95% accuracy rate. Myrna teaches that your hands are living maps, revealing love patterns, destiny markers, hidden talents, and the truth your soul already knows. Relationships, soulmates, timing, choice. This isn't fortune telling. It's insight. It's awareness. It's learning how to read the language written into you. Join us live Friday, February 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you missed the live show, catch the replay on YouTube and on Rumble, or listen on Spotify. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and come see what your hands have been trying to tell you all along.
So Myrna, may you tell us, why are you still doing palm reading after all these years?
Because it gives me an up. It's like my therapy. I love it. And I get to meet really interesting people, and every single person has a story, and some of those stories are things I write about. So they say I'm a writer. That's what I went to school for, and I'm a journalist. And they said, write what you know about. And this is what I know, the hand. So I get enough stuff. I have a plethora of stories that I get from all the different people. So some people are kind of blah, and I don't need to write about that. And some people are just dynamos, and I can't help it. It's fun. So this is
I
my
think I just fixed your microphone problem.
bed.
Yes.
Wonderful.
You don't hear the echo now.
No, you sound perfect now too. It's not going up and down.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yay.
I love what I do because I get to help people too. A lot of people come and yesterday the doorbell rang and the dog was barking and barking and I went, I don't have anything today. Yesterday wasn't supposed to be a reading day. And I opened the door and the woman says, I'm here. I said, what are you doing here? You're in my book for next week. She made a mistake. So I brought her in and read her anyway. And I helped her. She had a lot of problems.
That's nice.
So that's why I do it. Part of it's for me and part of it's for whoever needs help.
That's great.
You know?
So Myrna, you just said she came to your door. Do you do readings from your home?
Yeah, I do them from the house. I do them on the internet. I do them at fairs. I do them at presentations like the library where I just did it. They auctioned off 5 readings for me. Well, at the end of my talk, it was a 2-hour talk. So I read 5 people, but there was 13 at the one that I had done 2 weeks before. So I said, I'm going to do all 13 of you. And they were tickled because we did the auction for 5 and I ended up doing all 13 because I'm a workhorse. I like it.
Well,
I
do
didn't
you get
like it,
tired when you do them?
No, I
Does
get high as a kite. I don't get tired. I get the other way. I'm wearing hematite earrings, which are grounding, because otherwise I'm off on a tangent. It keeps me down.
Awesome.
Well, there are times when I get people I don't like murderers or kidnappers or embezzlers or blackmailers, and I see that in their hand and I call them on it. Then I go, oh, what did I open my mouth for? And it's too late. I already did it. So when it's somebody that I like, a lot of people say, let's do lunch. I don't have time to do lunch with clients. I have too much going on. But it means I click with some of them. And then I hug everybody. And I say goodbye when they come to my house. I say, if I wasn't any good, you don't have to hug me. I get millions of hugs. So they all like it.
Now, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but the palm changes like every 6 months?
The lines, hey, you're a newborn baby. You come into the world with a teeny little hand. It has some lines already on there or you wouldn't be here. Then the brain makes those lines. Well, the baby grows up and has experiences, and we all have them every day.
Mm-hmm.
If something impacts your brain and it's really a big thing, it's going to show up on your hand. So like a high school graduation shows up, or a divorce, or an engagement that gets broken. So every 6 months, your heart and your head catch up to the hand, or the hand catches up to whatever's been going on with you. So some lines meander, start and stop. Some new ones come. The original 5 are going to be there no matter what. And there's 5 basic lines. So there's Hindu Indian, I do Oriental, there's Grecian, there's all different kinds of Romanian, there's different kinds of palmistry. They all get the same answers and we all look at the same thing, but we look at it from a different perspective. And the way I look at it, there's a lifeline, or you wouldn't be here, a love line and a soulmate thing is connected to that. Work, because we all have to work. Reproduction, which every woman has millions of eggs and they could reproduce. And then the last one is the bracelets. Those 5 better be there on everybody. Then there's a million symbols, and the symbols, this is a list of some of the symbols that I talk about. I don't know if you could see that.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of symbols here. And symbols are different because those come on when you have the different experiences. So your lifeline is predetermined. It says you have to live as long as whatever it says on the hand, but you can go longer, just can't go less. So mine says 85 here and 102 here. So I'm going with, because I'm past 85, so I'm going with the bracelet.
Nice.
Yeah, well, every row on your wrist is worth 25 years. So both of you could do this. Stick your elbow on your stomach. If you're right-handed, Raven's left, I think.
Yep.
So you put your left hand here and your right hand here if you're right-handed. Bend it up towards your nose, and then bend your wrist towards your face a little bit so it looks like this, and you will see wrinkles in there.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the closest to your wrist is the first one, 0 to 25. Second one's 26 to 50, and it goes like that. So we all have rings there.
Nice.
Right. How many do you see?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You had 3 3/4. I saw it when I did your hand.
Well, 1, 2, 3. Well,
Well, one isn't a whole one yet. It's coming in, but it's not all there yet because you haven't lived there yet.
oh, okay.
See?
Yeah.
You're not even done with the third row yet, which would be 75.
Nice.
So your relatives, it means you come from strong people.
I do. The women in our family live way into their 90s.
Well, you're going to go further because you didn't do some of the dumb things they did. So years ago, they ate lard. They didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And they smoked like chimneys, all of them. And they did all kinds of things that wasn't healthy. They didn't know you're supposed to eat salad and fruits and walk around and move. And so they were sedentary. If they made it to the 90s, it's a miracle, because you're going to go beyond whatever your hand says.
Wow.
So your hand showed me 92, 93 here. But the wrist showed it was closer to way high in the 90s, almost 100.
Wow. Well, I did have a grandmother who lived to like 99 or 90, 98 or 99.
Well, you're a gene pool from all different relatives. You come from a lot of different, but your background are very strong constitution people that aren't wimpy, that aren't, I can't do this, those weepy.
Oh no, we can do anything we want.
That's what, you don't come from weak people. That's from
No.
So it's the people who go, I will get this. If it kills me, I will figure this out. And they just keep working at it. And that's what you do.
Yeah.
Right? You just
Yes, I do.
Like something lets you bothers you until you get it figured out.
Yeah, it does. You're exactly right. Lisa, do you have some questions?
I do, but first, Sister Sam, I remembered you had a book on reading your hands. Am I right? Yes. Was that the book you mentioned in the beginning?
Yeah, that's the one that's called May I See Your Hand. What's the person's name?
Sam Blue.
I don't know the name, but if I ever see a hand, I memorize it. Any hand I ever look at, I know for the rest of my husband said I'm a savant. That every hand I ever see, I could wait 20 years, go somewhere and bump into that person and catch up.
Wow.
I don't know what that's all about, but I remember every hand.
But do you have a lot of repeat clients?
Plenty of them come, yeah. Some of them wait 20 years and call me and say, when you lived in Colorado, you did a party at my house. My name is, and I say, I'll tell you where your house was. I'll tell you what you were wearing that day, and I know what your hand says. And they go, you could tell. I said, I told you not to move to Mexico. Did you do that? Yeah. So, I get people. I didn't have to see the hand. I could feel that. See, so a lot
Sam
of
says you did read my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, I must have, yeah.
It must have been after the show.
I want to say Sam's was one of the sample reads when in 2024, Myrna did 4 samples. She did mine, yours, Sister Sam, and Jesse's.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this time I have Raven again, but it's added a whole bunch of new stuff. And then I don't have yours. I don't think. Do I have you this time?
I sent my daughters, my oldest daughter.
Okay, so it's not yours. But
no,
that
it's
will
not
be
mine.
familial, so it will be some of what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes from you. But she also has other gene pools, that she comes from. Okay, so do you want me to read one?
Sure.
We can do one right now. Okay. I think I'll do Tim.
Oh, okay.
I had one man, and his name was Tim, and he's 70. So I started with his lifeline, and it says he has a long line with a double fork at the end. So everybody has a lifeline that looks like this. It goes down, and there's a fork at the end of your lifeline. And the fork is IQ. And this tells me that he's a caregiver and that he's like Father Earth. It means his feet are firmly on the ground. He's not an airhead. And he cares about community, environment, people, animals, the weather. It says he has high intelligence. He has 2 guardian angels, and we all have 1, 2, or more. And those are people who died since we've been born, who feel something special for us, and they don't go up. They wait till we do. So he has 2 of those. They get to ascend when it's your turn. On past lives, normal would be 4 to 7. He has 10. I only yell over 20, so that's okay. So he's 1,000 years old plus 70. Now, that's pretty old.
Wow.
He had 1 past life, so I'm 186. So he knows a lot, 900 years more stuff than I do. It means experience. So we all have memory banks that are implanted in us, and he has 10 of them. He has to return a few more times. He won't be done this time. He has more to do. He has to get a few things straightened out before he can get his karmic debt paid back. He had 2 drownings out of those 10. Usually if you drown once, you learn the lesson and it doesn't happen again. And it happened to him 2 different lifetimes. Then it says he was also, so the sex changes every time. So it goes male, female, and he had 5 of each so far. And this is his 11th lifetime right now. So it means he has all those chances to have been with the soulmate. He had 10 times. His heredity line reveals a lot of hardworking individuals who never gave in or gave up, and he's one of those. He's a fighter and a survivor. He gets everything accomplished that he goes after because he's probably a perfectionist or a neatnik, and it means he just keeps on going until he gets it. That line shows some activity early, but he was shy, and he wasn't really a late bloomer. He didn't do anything till he was old enough to drive. Then it says he didn't hang out with girls at their lockers. He didn't send them notes. But now he found somebody with the same drummer's beat he has, and he's walking the path like this. And that's good. So they're on the same path, but they each have their own interests. Not everybody finds their soulmate. I think that he found his, and he's happily married. And if he isn't, he either was or he will be, because it shows a happy union there. And it's somebody that's not in his hip pocket all the time, so nobody's king of the mountain all the time. Sometimes one person's a leader, sometimes the other one is, and they take turns and they compromise. They're caring in the relationship. He's a giver, not a user. No competition. There's no sexual tension, no aggravation, no fighting. All that arguing happened in another lifetime with somebody else when he might have been a woman last time. But this time it's easy. They relate to each other easily. At work, he began at a young age, and he learned from his parents about money and how to handle it. So they taught him self-reliance, and they taught him well. He knows what hard work is, and he does it. So there are people that are loafers, and he isn't. I think he likes to take care of himself by going to a class or learning something or going to a lecture or a book signing, or he goes to places where he can pick up information. He's a study of his own. In other words, he likes to pick up things on his own, and his mind is a quick study. He can get it fast. He has an X symbol, which means good luck and work, and that they like everything that he did over the years. He carries a brother line in work, which means a double line, and that says that he has double strength to take on whatever he tackles. He has a knowing that allows him to interview well because he can read the interviewer and he can size people up. I see there's a lot of books around him in the workplace, so he was either an accountant, a consultant, or an attorney or something because he was working with books or he had books behind him. I think he's retired. He has more ESP than most people, and it comes into play in everything that he does. He possesses one or no, most people have 1 or no marks there, and he has 2.5. I have 4. So the example, the most you can have on under your index finger right here are called mounds, And this mound right here is ESP. So he has 2.5, which means another one is trying to form, and he'll have 3. The most you can have is 5, and the people who had that were like Edgar Casey, who was the sleeping prophet, Jeannie Dixon, who told Kennedy, don't go to Texas, I'm a seeress, and I know what's going to happen, don't go, and he went. And we know how that ended anyway. He has, his perception is correct. When he knows something and he just feels it, and he goes, this person isn't who they say they are, so he just knows things that other people, it gets over their head. Let's see what else. He says that he could tell people what to do, but he doesn't, so he isn't like a big mouth. He tells people, do it this way, don't do it that way. And he could, because he knows the right way, but sometimes he keeps it to himself. He always seems to gravitate to jobs where it involves humanity, because he likes the human body, mind, soul, spirit, work in any of those fields. He wouldn't be happy working totally alone, because he'd be lonesome, because he likes interaction with people. He's a warrior. He takes on too much responsibility some of the time. He needs to pace himself or he'll burn out. He does well with writing or research, and he's capable of doing anything like that. He enjoys questioning people, and I said he was a perfectionist because he has creative ideas in the workplace, and he believes in the follow-through. So if he says he's going to do something, he does it. He doesn't just talk. So that was, I don't know if you guys know him, but that was what I just did for him.
Actually, I do. He's my husband.
That's what I thought. I thought if you're what age you are, and I bet it's your husband, yeah. So
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
Does that sound like him?
Oh, yes, definitely. Sounds just like him.
Oh.
And I like the part that he's married to his soulmate.
Well, because if you're a match set.
Yeah.
Right?
We are. Yeah.
Well, so I got mine too. That's how I know, and that's why Lisa needs hers.
Yes, Lisa needs hers.
Well, you'd like to have, somebody that's just like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody who says, give me half of your load, babe. And you say, well, give me half of yours. And you go through life together with a partner. And that's what you don't have. And the partner says, I'm in your corner. I'm for you. I don't have to be with you every single minute. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, but you're together. And you compromise and you work it out. So everybody has rough patches at different times.
And don't settle for anything less.
That's right.
Well, right. Sometimes I want to rip every hair off my husband's head, and then the next day I love every hair on his head. So that's normal.
Excellent. May I ask, Myrna, before, because I think it would be wonderful if we went into ravens, but before we do, I'm just wondering, you gave some details like about his ESP, and if you look under the finger,
Right.
Are these details in your book?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of, okay.
I teach a class, which I'm getting ready to do on March 14th. It takes 2 hours. I have a big flip chart, and identical as the book. It goes right along with the book, and I flip the page and teach that line. And in my book, there's a blank hand, and I make the person learn the line and draw their own hand in the book, what they see. Mm-hmm. Then, if you know your own history, but if you see it in black and white on a page, then you can read anybody. So I have everybody put their name across the top of the book, in there, and then they're in the book. Isn't that cute? So it's like an encyclopedia, but every line that I'm talking about, every symbol is in there, fingerprints is in there, all kinds of things.
Excellent.
So if a person got stuck, they can look like an encyclopedia. Just go look it up.
Excellent.
Because we don't all have a photographic memory like you do.
I don't think I do either, except I like I do with this. I was not a great student in school. I worked like mad to get a C. I had to have flashcards and memorizing and all that. So the thing is, if it would have been something that piqued my interest, I would have got an A+.
Right.
The only thing I liked was writing, creative writing, And that's why I became a journalist, and that's why I write.
Excellent.
See?
Beautiful. So, I do feel like it would just make sense if you told us ravens now before we, if that's okay with you,
Sure, I've got
before
it
we
right
dive
here.
into more
It's a
questions.
very
Or
big one. It's a big fat one. Okay. So hers says, first of all, the method that I use calls out the 5 lines that I told you: life, love, work, bracelets. Okay. Then there's all kinds of symbols, and she has a ton of symbols on her hand. But we'll get to that in a minute. So right now she has a young calm. So hold your hand up a minute so I can see it. You have to be able to see it. I can't see it. Okay. So it looks like a young person's. Doesn't have a whole lot of lines on it. Would you admit that?
Yes.
Okay. That means that you are not an old soul, quite as old as your husband, who's been here 10 times.
Right.
So I'll get to that and I'll see how many times you've been here. So it says you're able to pick up what's happening around you faster than most people because you're born with a high IQ and he and you are matched. So it means you're both about in the same area. This shows me you possess a mind that's a fast study, and I said that about him. He had a quick mind. Your IQ is still growing because you learn something every single day.
Mm-hmm.
At that, your longevity and your heredity line goes to the mid-90s on your hand, and I told you 92, 93, but your wrist says closer to 100, so high 90s. So you will have another 30 years here, or 25 more years, long time. I see your curiosity makes you want to learn new things, which is your way of self-stimulation, and it's a good trait to possess because that means your brain is stimulated and you're thinking all the time. So you have a mind that never rests. You don't ever quit. So even when you're sleeping, you're dreaming up stuff, and the next day you know what you want to do, or you have an idea. So it says no fear shows in taking on new projects. I see you eating on the run sometimes because you have so much going on and you don't have time to sit down and actually eat a meal. And that could be like at lunch or something. It says you were a poor eater as a young child, but you outgrew it when you got to be about 16. Then I think you need to go barefoot on the grass and release tension once in a while. Not now when there's snow there, but when it's nice. And it says you have an overwhelming schedule sometimes. You have a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if the weather permits it, you should go out as much as you can into nature. God gives every mother of newborns 2 animals when you're born. And he gave your mother 2 for you. And I don't know who your animal guides are, but that's Native American Indian stuff. You can look it up. And so it happens to be 2 non-domesticated animals. It can't be a pet like your cat, but maybe you like cats, so it could have been a tiger, a lion, something in the cat family, a cougar. So you have 2 of them. So I have a wolf and an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 2 strongest ones, and I didn't even know what that was. And a lady next to me at a fair said, "Oh my God, you got the best animals!" And I said, "What?" I didn't even know what she was talking about. She had to teach me. But you've been fascinated by animal behavior. You always have been.
Mm-hmm.
So your animal totems don't talk, but they're there to protect. Then you have guardian angels on top of that. So everybody has usually 1. Some people have 1 or 2. Some people have 8. Depends on how many people passed away since you've been born that felt something special for you that didn't ascend. So I detect that when you sleep, sometimes you don't sleep well. When you wake up, the blankets are all messed up. Is that true?
Yes.
Because you turn over a lot.
Yeah.
And you kick a lot with your feet.
Yes.
So, but it
I
just
picked him.
it's relaxing. It's your relaxing way to sleep is just to throw the blankets around.
Yeah.
Okay, so the love line shows you had a union that lasted a long time because you're strong, a dynamic person that intimidates some people, but not the one that you're with because he was able to handle you and you were able to handle him. So it's a mutual admiration society, and you picked the right mate. You got a match this time. Your destiny was to be with somebody an equal. And I considered you both equals because you heard me read his and it matches yours.
Yes.
And it's a wishbone marking on your hand that looks like this, a wishbone on a chicken or a turkey, and each half is a person. So do you see a wishbone on your hand?
Yes.
Okay, one is you and one is him. So you are the one closest to your fingers, to this
Okay.
side, and he's the one further out furthest. Okay, so God,
So how many angels did you say?
I didn't get to that yet. You have
Oh,
four.
I'm sorry.
We're going to get to it. So you have 4 past lives. So you have 4 chances to find a mate, and you did it. Remember, he has 10 past lives. So that you're not the same. It only takes 1, then you're done. And but you're done. You don't have to come back because it's called karmic debt payback, and you're paying back what you didn't get to finish back there. And my favorite example is Grandma and Grandpa. Maybe 500 years ago, one of them died, and the other one didn't get to say goodbye in time. This time you're you, but last time you might have been Grandpa. So when you meet the right person, you go, I'm so glad I met you. And it's Grandma and Grandpa, and you just click because you already have bickering and all that stuff back there, and now it's easy. So that's what a soulmate is. And only 1 in a million unions find it in the first marriage. And this shows you're unique because in that portion of your life, all that can happen is you'll go forward together. He has a long lifeline too, so that's good. And the letter X can be found anywhere on the hand. So when it's on the lifeline, which is the line right here under the fingers, that one, those X's are your guardian angels. And I see 2 on you. So you have 2 X's, so that means 2 people died who decided not to ascend, and they're hanging out with you. And they'll be there until it's your turn, so that's good. And everybody carries those memory banks I was talking about, the implants, so you only have 4 of them. You never drowned. He drowned twice. So, but in one of those lifetimes you knew him. And that's why it was easy this lifetime, because it's called reincarnation, and old souls find each other, and then you become one. And when you get married, that's what they say, you are now one. Okay. So work with you begins, you did a little part-time job, and maybe you babysat, you did things where you learned about money, and it looks like you had a little box or something that you kept money in, and you took it out and counted it all the time and then put it back, and you saved it up. It says you're not lazy, and your parents told you never to be lazy. If you needed something, they said look it up. So you were always looking stuff up in the dictionary or the encyclopedia. I see with work, you're probably very particular, and then it just means you're not sloppy. You've done many different things in your lifetime, and everything that you tackle turns out okay because you finish it. It means you're a completer, so is he. So you're saying, I want something, but I don't know what it is. And we all say that at different times. So that's why this came about, and why you started a podcast probably, because you needed something to stimulate you a little bit. So you have a lot of energy and brain power. But you're going to get my lecture now. So there's a lecture on change. And
Okay.
it says, change is all over your hand. And it says, whatever it is you feel familiar with will be the same thing but different. So in other words, there's going to be change with you. It could be work. It could be this podcast is going to become your own TV show. I don't know. But it just says you're going to get change. So it says you're pulled in several directions at one time, and you need to drop some time-consuming jobs and focus on the thing that gives your heart the joy, and then see what you can do with whatever it is you start playing around with. So change will be for your highest good. Ask your inner guides or your 2 guardian angels what you should be concentrating on, and go forward stronger. So you're strong now, but you're going to be even stronger. Listen to your inner child, and then you'll be a huge success in the future, because now it's your time.
Awesome.
Between now and 70, you're going to do it. Something big is coming. Something will turn up, offered to you, and it looks like you go for it with no hesitation, because you're already doing something, but it's going to be on a different scale. It's going to feel familiar, but not. Okay? So it could be a TV show, or they send you out on a tour, or I don't know what. I'm not, God, I can't get it 100%, but I see change for you. So this is my lecture on change now. Did you know that personal growth is always a personal decision? So growth is what's important, and you're growing every day, so that's good. To attract positive energy in a relationship, you have to think and feel positive, and you have to love yourself, which you do, and then you can love those near you. Then you will be drawn to and you learn from yourself. Your inner child will help you. Your guardian angels help you. Your animal guides guard you and guide you, but they can't talk to you. So in reproduction, it says the lines by the crack of your baby finger where it joins the palm right here is where boys look like one line and girls look like another. So boys are straight up and down and girls are like this. And it says you could have 4 children. I don't know if you have any, but I see you might have had 2. It says it was even 2 boys, 2 girls. But the woman carries millions of eggs. We all do. And the male determines what your egg is going to do anyway. So it just means they would have been healthy, perfect babies if you have any. Then the bracelets, I see 3.5 lines on your wrist, and you saw them too. So the 3 is 75, the half is showing into the 90s already. And I told you how to do your arm like that. Here's some of your symbols. You have the poison line, which is allergies. So allergies show up on this side of the hand. It's called the heel of the hand right here. If you run your fingers up and down, if you feel any ridges or marks or any kind of bump or a little crease, those are things that your system doesn't like. Do you think you have any allergy?
I don't really think I do.
Well, you do, because I saw them. So what it means is your system doesn't let them bother you. So let's say you're allergic to leaves on the ground. Well, they're not there now because there's snow. But when the leaves are falling and they're on the ground in the fall, you might sneeze a lot, not think anything of it. And that would have been something that your system was fighting. But it never helped you.
Okay.
So there's 2 kinds of allergies, fixed and acquired. Fixed is you're born with it. And I'm allergic to vitamin C, citrus. And I was born with that. Yeah, I live in Florida. I can't have strawberries, pineapple, grapefruit, any of that, tomatoes. Okay, and acquired means you pick it up after the age of 50. And I see that you have 4 lines on your palm on the side there, or 4 ridges, I've counted. So it means they're only a nuisance type if you never even have them, but it's not smooth. And I can't feel it. That's why I told you to go up and down. Then there's one called the medical stigmata. It has nothing to do with medicine, but I don't name these things, and that's what they call it. And it means it's found under your baby finger. So here's your baby finger. Babies are on the crack, and medical stuff is under here, the medical stigmata. And it means interests, things that involve humanity. So it means you like the human body, mind, soul, spirit, religion, medical stuff, all that. And so you could have had a career in any of those fields. And then it says you're well-rounded, and at a cocktail party you can talk in sophisticated language or down-home everyday language. So it means you're well-read and you can join in a conversation and put your 2 cents worth in. So it says, really? It says you're birth. Am I right?
I think so, yeah. I do like interesting conversations, yeah.
Okay, then it says you're versatile, spiritual, and imaginative. You're an internal person. Sometimes you carry your feelings locked inside. You know a lot about many subjects. I hope you enjoyed my reading.
I did.
Okay, so it sort of matches his on a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought, I wonder if that's her husband, and it was.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so the last one we had was Kaylee. Is that her name?
Yes.
Kaylee.
That's Kaylee.
Okay, so hers is a little shorter one. So what I did was look on hers and find things different than the rest of them so that it would be like a different kind of a read. So on the lifeline, it says she's on the cusp of living to 120 to 130 because she's only 27 years old. So people under 50 will go way out there. And that's because of science, technology, medicine, modern stuff that comes in. Okay, so it says she's a lefty. That I don't know if that's true, but I was reading her left hand. So she does things in a way that's opposite of most of us, and I know Raven's a lefty too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because she does things how she sees it from her mind's eye and isn't like the rest of us. So if I came to her house, I would go, that is so you, because she does things with her own style, her own pizzazz, her own drama. Okay. So her IQ, which is at the end of her lifeline, shows she has a curious mind and she always wants to learn more and take on more. And it's huge because the fork at the end of the lifeline is usually this big and hers is pretty good size. So that means that she likes to take on new projects. She gets bored fast. Then it says she has no fear. She likes to analyze everything and she can read people. I think she just reads them standing in front of her. She thinks before she leaps because her parents taught her self-reliance and taught her to study with a logical mind and to follow through. So she's a forward thinker. She doesn't whine, and she's not a phony. She's a natural intuitive, almost to the genius level. Is this true so far?
Yes.
Okay. The love line has a few experiences. When she was younger, she found the right mate and is stuck. The key to her success in a relationship is cooperation, harmony, and diplomacy. She's easy to be with because it's slick. It's easy with her because she isn't confrontational. She deals well with everyone. She's a compassionate person. It looks like she has to do things with her right hand because she lives in a right-handed world. Anybody left-handed does. I've been married to 3 lefties, so I know that. But there's 25 symbols that I could find on her hand. That's a lot.
Wow.
So that means she has lots of stuff for somebody her age. Her hand is not like a young-looking hand if it's got that much lines and stuff all over it. So Raven's hand looked kind of naked, sort of like mine's, easy to read. And this one was a little more complicated.
Wow.
In the soulmate relationship, it says if she doesn't have it, it's coming. She's very particular and she knows what she wants. She has a criteria list in her head, and if they don't meet it, she doesn't waste her time with them. So she has the yes-no thing that she goes through with everybody. It's like the pro-con list we used when we were in high school, and you make everything on either side of the list and see which way it's going to work. She needs somebody that has the same mindset she does. So she wants mutual respect and 100% unconditional love, but they have to have a lot of qualities that she's looking for. So she represents as Mother Earth. That means her feet are firmly on the ground, and she cares about animals and humanity and community and the weather, and the same as Tim did. She's never been an airhead, even once, even though she had friends that were when she was younger. She would never do stupid things. So if they said, let's jump off the garage roof, see if we could make it, she would say, I'm not doing that. You could get killed. You could break your neck. So she had common sense when they didn't always have it. So she's solid. It means that she's on an even keel with life and her both feet are firmly planted on the ground. On work, she's had many different past work experiences, starting with chores as a young child, maybe babysitting, then she's had some real jobs. I think she's on the threshold of a career path, or she's in one now. Something larger in scope and more lucrative with better money and more compensation is coming. She just has to keep her antenna up, and we all have invisible ones up here. Pay attention, because if something's out there, she can miss it if she's not alert. I see the number 3 popping up for her on work. So that could be 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. I don't know. It just the number 3 keeps coming at me about her. So it shows up that in work for something coming. She has a powerhouse of ideas, always did. She has an M in the center of her palm, and it stands for 3 things. So it means she's a survivor and a fighter. She's going to come into a lot of money or marry into it. And not because she's a gold digger, but maybe that's the way she gets it. And she can't be scammed because she's smart. Okay, so she taps into her potential and she looks around to see what she can do because success is her number 1 goal. She wants to always be successful. So she takes risks and she sets goals and she's hard on herself and easy on everybody else. So she's lenient with the whole world, but not with self. So if she asks her guardian angels to help her, she can find happy memories and she can find what she's looking for and make bad stuff disappear. So that's all I got for her. How did you guys like that?
Wow.
That was amazing, Myrna. Myrna, by chance, when you said about her guardian angels, did it show that she had 2?
Yeah, she has 2 also.
Yeah.
2 of you had 2. Tim has 4.
Wow, Tim's like a powerhouse. Oh my
I
goodness.
swear. He's had a lot of lives.
That's why it's like he has 9 lives because they're protecting him. So what it means is the angels bring the white light from God all the way down around you, around your car, your house, your work, wherever you go, and you have protection there. It's like a barrier. And then if you want something, and I'm going to show Lisa how to call in the soulmate real quick. Do this. Can you see what I'm doing? Put your hands in front of you and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Put them down on the desk and wiggle. Put them down and go wiggle, wiggle. Okay, your angels are all around you because you have 2. And they're going to go, yes, what is it you need? And you don't have to say it out loud. You just think it, soulmate, soulmate, soulmate. And they'll go to accidentally find one.
I am calling in my soulmate.
Did you buy my book on soulmates? I don't think you did. You know about my book? This one. This is called Soulmate Connection. The first 17 pages here have more stuff than a whole book. Then there's 46 love stories. And every one of them in here is a hint of something you could do that you could resonate with somebody else's story and you know what to do. This is the only diagram in the whole book. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
a soulmate diagram. So on the bottom it starts up and it says appearance or communication is first, then appearance of the couple. So you're tall, right? Are you tall?
5'4".
Oh, same as me. Okay, then you don't need somebody 6 feet tall. I thought you were tall and lean. But then you need spirituality, and that means if somebody fell down and broke their leg, you'd say, oh, I have to help them. You don't set their leg, but you might call 911 for them or stay with them till somebody comes. Then sexual compatibility and a similar belief system. And I made this up, but to me, that's what I think a soulmate has. Those are their characteristics. But it starts out with other stuff. In the bottom, it's built like a pyramid. In the bottom of every building has a foundation, and the foundation starts out with different things. So first you have to be friends, then best friends, then you're affectionate, then it gets a little deeper and you have real dating where they pick you up, drop you off. Now you have sleepovers. Then you end up maybe living together or seeing each other a week at a time to see how it's going to go. Then maybe get married. Well, all that, if it's a soulmate, is easy. So a person, let's see, and a person fit like this. Fit, not like this. As a match fit. So I got my soulmate this time. And I wasn't looking for it. I was going through a divorce and it just happened. I had one date. I'm waiting for the second one, and that was 32 years ago. I'm going to show you a picture of him real quick. So this is us. Let's see. Can you see that?
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
So we look alike. We're both mesomorphic. We both think alike, act alike, react alike, make the same jokes. So we're like on the same wavelength. We vote the same way. We hate the same music. We like the same food. It's like you're hugging yourself, but you're hugging the other person. That's what you have with Tim, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
And
So-
Tim says, thank you, Myrna.
Oh, he liked it.
Yes, apparently he did.
Okay,
Myrna.
this was my TV show in Colorado. Can you see that?
Yes.
So that's on my website too. People can watch that. It's under the videos, the very first video. I had a show and I did one show because NBC said, send me a pilot. I didn't know what that was even. And they said, a copy of your show. I didn't have one, so I threw one together real quick. I had 24 sets of couples that I interviewed for that one show. And then you have to throw away a whole lot of it. So it's an 8-hour day of taping to get 1 hour of good tape. And it's $10,000 to do 1 hour on the air.
Wow.
That's not a podcast. This was way before podcast.
That's
So
steep.
it was cable TV. So it went out, and I somehow got a contract for 16 and then 24 more. So
Wow.
because they liked it. They liked what I did. So.
Absolutely. It's more than like, I love it, Myrna. May I ask, Myrna, so when I'm calling in this soulmate,
Yeah,
and
right.
when he comes, if I was to take his picture of his palm and send it to you, would you be able to tell me if he's the one?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I would do. I would let you know. But the thing is, not the one that's out of town. Don't send me his hand.
No, not the
I
one
want
that's
the
out of
person
town.
to be within 30 minutes of your house, because that's what it says.
Okay.
Says that it will take him 30 minutes to get to you, to pick you up, drop you off, 30 minutes back home, and that's why you have staying over a little bit.
Okay.
Especially if there's a blizzard, have to stay over.
Yeah. The
Excellent.
snow.
That's how, that is how I was blessed with Kaylee. March 9th, 1998. It was a snowy day, and I had
You weren't expecting it.
She was not planned, but she obviously was meant to be. All of my children are beautiful gifts. I have 4. She's
They
the
all
oldest.
came out with arms, legs, beautiful, right? That's what
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
told you that when I did you last time. Yeah.
Yes. So
I said they all came out. That's all we care about.
indeed. This is
Now they're all grown, and none of them are babies.
no.
Raised them right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Wow.
so you can see it's not just somebody grabbing your hand and telling your fortune. It's not
This
about
isn't no, because how could I be that detailed?
no.
You can't
It's amazing the details that you pick up.
Well, a lot of people say, "What's his first initial? What color is his hair?" How do I know that isn't in the hand? The hand says.
Well, I don't know. Do you have the initials carved in your hand?
And let's just mention to those who are viewing that these readings that Myrna did as samples are just mini sized. So a full reading,
How big the real one is.
right? It's extensive, isn't it, Myrna?
Yeah.
It's 6 or 7 pages typed. I just did one today. Took me 2 hours. But the thing is, I take a magnifier and I run up to the computer and I look at the hand and I get a lot of stuff. Then I make notes to myself. Then I sit down and type it. So this one was a 6-page one today, single space type.
Wow, that's a lot of pages.
I can't. You have to tell what's there, and I can't lie. I could prove every line too. So
that's incredible.
I'm a lifeline, so this is my lifeline. This heavy-duty crease right here. So every finger on there is worth 20 years, and it's 10 in between. So if you went 20, 20, 20, how much is that? That's 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you say 10 more, 70, 80, 90. So I count it, and when somebody's sitting in front of me, I prove it to them what their hand says. Can't do that with you guys because you're there and I'm here. But
right.
When I say somebody's showing 93, that doesn't mean you're living till 93. Because mine says 85, and I know I'm going to go past that. I already passed it. So what happens is you live. This is your heredity line. This is who you come from. But what's real is the risk. Both of these better be similar or, go together, or I made a mistake. So my first husband died at 42. And when I read his hand, he was a blind date at a party. Am I going to be a millionaire at age 40? And I said, well, no, you're going to die at 42. Well, I never should have said that, but I was 20 years old and I had 7 rum and cokes by then. So it popped out. So when he died and I had the funeral, I remembered I said it. His lifeline was this long. That's it. This was a little bit and stopped. And I knew that, but I wouldn't have married him if I paid attention. I didn't think about it at the time. So
Wow.
the second one had a big long line that goes clear across his hand. That's like 100. Mine isn't there, but between this, my parents were 89 and 78 when they passed away. So 85 would be the middle of both of them, and that's what heredity is. It's who you come from. So it's parents, grandparents, people even way further back, all kinds of stuff. So, like, I have a sister who is nothing like me, completely the opposite. I always tell her she's adopted. I look like both of the parents. She doesn't look like any of us. She's really smart. I'm not really smart, but I am on this. But she can sew and make a coat, just do anything. She's very good at domestic stuff and cooking and all kinds. I'm not good at any of that. I can write them.
Yeah.
Well, now I wouldn't say that you weren't smart. I'd say that you were very smart and very sharp.
No,
It's just that, my sisters and I, we're all different. We're all smart in different ways.
that's true.
So, no, you are not dumb at all. You
Oh,
are
I know.
very.
No, I'm a C student. I know that. I went to college and I had a scholarship. So I did 4 years in 2. So I know you could do it.
Yeah, you're sharp.
Well, I had to do it. I only had a 2-year, thing. So back in those years, because I was from Ohio, and Ohio University is not Ohio State, it's a different one. You had to have 88 credits to graduate. Now it's 127, but I made it. I did 22 credits a semester. And if you ask anybody how much, most people take 12, 14. Once in a while you hear about 16. Nobody does 22. And I had to do that, so I did it.
Tim's from Ohio.
Who is? Oh, really? What
Tim,
town?
yeah.
What town?
Tim, can you put it up there? Because I can't remember.
Oh, well, I'm from Dayton.
And
It's nothing wonderful to be from, but that's where I come from. So.
Myrna, may I ask, when you said you're about to teach a class soon, is somebody going to record you?
No, you can't do that. Here's the reason. I have 10 people, and I run around and do after I teach it, they have to read each other. And I have to listen to them read each other to see if they understand it and get it. If they make mistakes, I correct them. You can't tape that. It wouldn't do any good.
No.
Try that.
Oh, okay.
I could get on Zoom and do it one-on-one, but whose hand am I going to use?
Right.
Okay. Indeed. I get it.
And then if people fax any hands to me, it loses all the lines. I see maybe one line. So at least with the internet, if they take a picture with their phone, it's crystal clear. And then when I go up with the magnifier, I go way up close with the magnifier, and I find stuff that I didn't even know. I could do 4 hours on hand if I wanted to. There's that much there.
Tim says he's from Payne, Ohio.
From Canton?
Payne, Payne.
I never heard of it. Oh, up north? Ask me if it's north.
Is it up north, Tim? We'll see.
I don't know. I've never heard. Yeah, I see it's up there, but
yeah, the northwest corner.
That's what I thought. Because I don't know all those little towns that are up way.
Yeah.
I know all the ones south because I lived right on the Mason-Dixon line, and then the college I went to was down by Chillicothe and south that way. So he was up north.
So Myrna, I know you said you do readings in person. Are you in Florida?
Yeah. So people
what area?
I live on the West Coast, which is we're below Sarasota and above Fort Myers, and I live in Venice, which is a little tiny town compared to those two big ones. And we have 81,000 people here, so that's not too big. Some of them have maybe 1 million now. I think.
I lived in Fort Myers for a while.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Then you know where Venice is.
Yes.
On the way up to, if you're going to Tampa to the airport, or if you were going to Sarasota, you have to go right past Venice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only ask because I have a daughter in Florida. So when I visit her, it would be nice if I go the other way and come visit you.
Time's an illusion.
You can do that anytime you want. Yeah, you're welcome. People drive here from Miami. It's 3.5 hours. And I said, you came for a 1 hour reading and you drove that far? He said, oh, you're worth it. Then they have to turn around and go back 3.5 hours. So I said, let me take you to lunch. I feel bad that you're going to be in the car 7 hours. He said, no, that's all right, unless you want to go to lunch with us. And I don't want to, but it's just, I want to take care of them.
And you've done readings for some very famous people as well, too, right?
And I do them, well, a lot of times I do them for whole groups. And so, like an old age home, I would go give a talk, and then they're all sitting around, and I go around and do something on each one of them, in front of everybody. So then they all hear it. And I don't say how long they're going to live.
You've done readings for famous people.
Right. You want to hear some of them?
Sure.
Okay. The very most famous one was President Gerald Ford. And he got in my line that he was a keynote speaker somewhere in Colorado when I lived there. And I was sent there by an agency. And they had 10 entertainers. And 2 of them were belly dancers, 2 palm readers, 2 of everything. And he got in my line with Ivana Trump. Before they were divorced, she got a new one. Slice the One was there. Kevin Bacon. I did a lot of movie stars. And the big one was Gerald Ford. Then I did the whole Bronco team, which is the football team that's world famous from Colorado. Then I did Chevy Chase, John Travolta, Jackie Gleason, Irma Bombeth, Phil Donahue. When I was in high school, so was he. He went to an all-boys Catholic high school. And my school beat him in football, and he showed up at a victory dance we were having with 5 of his friends, 4 of his friends and him. There were 5 of them. And he said, I'm looking for you. And I said, oh, why? He said, your reputation precedes you. I said, what does that mean? He said, we want our palm read. So I told him he was going to be the first TV talk show host, and he was. Started in Dayton, Ohio, right where I was, And Irma Bombeth was from Dayton also, and I set her type on the linotype machine. You know what that is? It's hot molten metal. You type, and it comes down this machine, and then the letters it was horrible, really hot, stunk, everything. And I was typing away, and I did 85 words a minute back then. Now I do 40 because I didn't keep up with it. But the thing was, she could never find a mistake or a typo. That was perfect. So I told her she was going to write books, and she hadn't written any yet, and she did.
Wow.
So I did a lot of famous people that you've heard of. There's other ones too. Arsenio Hall had a TV talk show host. I can't even remember all of them. There's just a whole slew of them.
Wow.
And they're the same as us, but their head is about this big. Because of ego. And then one time the National Enquirer wrote to me, or called me, and they wanted me to do Obama's hand when he was president. And they said they were going to have 7 palm readers read his hand and write an article about it. So I wrote what I saw. We all wrote the same thing. He said there's all different kinds of palm reading, but we all get the same answer. So then the editor kiboshed the whole thing, and it was never printed. They said, we can't do that. He's president. I said, well, there's all kinds of things that goes on. There's songs written about them and skits done on TV. I said, we're not doing that. So they didn't do it. So that would have been good because we were going to get paid $500 each to do it.
Oh.
And then they took the article, but they didn't print it, so we didn't get paid.
So don't forget now, if you want to go to Myrna's site, just take a picture of the little square up here. Yes, right where Lisa's pointing.
What do you call that thing?
You take a picture of that with your phone. It'll send you straight to her website where you can buy any of her books. And I can tell you, I was going to buy that one book for the last show, and I thought, I don't know why I didn't, but after the show, I'm going to have to go up and buy that book.
Which one? The How to Do It?
Yes.
The big one? Yeah, okay.
Yes. And then, Myrna, I'm going to make you a video that you can play that is not dated, that
Okay.
you can play for your introduction too.
And I will be able to use that with a lot of
Yeah.
different things, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will work on that this weekend.
Well,
So
in June, I'm going to be in Tampa at a big fair that 10,000 people come to, and I give a talk there, so I will show it.
yes.
Excellent.
By then, I'll have it way before June, but I mean, I'll take it with me.
Yeah, I'm not going to put any dates in it, and I'll take out the one that has you dated for here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
the reason I showed this was so my people could all tune in, you know.
yeah, that too, but yeah. But we want one for just
Okay, well, let me tell you what happened at the library when I gave that talk. Last year, 64 people came, and they only owned 50 chairs. So this year, they went out and bought 25 more because they knew I was going to load the room. So this time, 60 came, which isn't a failure. For some people get 8 people in the lecture. So my trademark is to run up and down the room and read one line on every single person in there, and I did it. You know how hard that is, 60 people?
that has to be
That
very
takes lots of energy. I slept real good that night.
I bet.
Because I'm running. Because I did like a whole row across the front row. Then I do the whole second row out loud so everybody could hear. I had a microphone on so they could hear every word. Then they auctioned me off. And so that one I only had to do 5 readings afterward. After 2 hours on my feet, running around.
Wow.
And I never sit down. You can't. Yeah, but I did sit down when we played the promo, and I sat down when I showed my show a little bit. I showed like 10 minutes in my show. So that's my break. So,
And so this is the question that we ask all of our guests. What message would you like to leave our audience with today?
I think that everybody needs to know why they're here and what they should be accomplishing. And if you know that, then you can set yourself a goal and go out and do it. And so it's on your hand anyway what you're supposed to do to complete your life cycle. So I would say everybody should pay attention, get those antennae up and say, what is it I need to be doing? That the reason I'm here, there must be a reason. And so that's what palmistry tells me. So every hand is alike, but no two are alike. So we all have lines, we all have symbols, but the left and right hand of the same person aren't even the same. So on a lefty, it's a little harder because I have to read both hands when it's in person, because it makes my head crazy, because I'm now right-handed even though I was born left. So I have everybody do this, where you cross your hands and fold them in. And so I come up left on top, which means I was born left-handed. And in my generation, they didn't want lefty, so my mother switched me. So I'm really having trouble because I have a left and a right, both sides fighting all the time. And when I read a lefty, my left side has to cross over to her left, but I'm really a righty now, so it's complicated.
I'm right on top.
Oh, I know, because you were born right-handed and you're so independent you made yourself left-handed. I already know that.
Yeah. Right. And that's what you told me last time.
I know, that's how I know that. I said I remember every hand I ever, and I think I might have told Lisa I would buy her a wedding present if I was right about if you got married.
That's exciting.
And I think Sam Blue's hand was one of the hands that you read on that show. I think it was Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Well,
No.
some of them just all blend together, but if I saw
I
Sam
know.
tomorrow, I would catch up right where I left off and continue on with the new things that have happened to him or what's going on.
Wow.
So my husband can't lie to me.
Yeah, I guess not.
Well, I can pick up on stuff. So he was dieting at one time, and he called me up at work, and he said, I'm at the airport, and I'm working out on the tarmac, and it's really exciting, and I'm out here. I said, did you have your Slim Fast? You were drinking Slim Fast, did you? I said, did you take your Slim Fast? He said, no. I said, then why did you have a donut? And he said, well, I might have had a donut with the guys. I said, yeah, but you had two. And I told him what kind. And I said, you know chocolate's not so good for you. If you even have one with sprinkles in chocolate. He goes, I'll never lie again. I got that from the
You
phone.
learned.
I picked
You
that
learned.
up on the phone. That wasn't even in the
Wow.
book. I just got it from his voice.
Wow.
And he said, that is psychic. You know, so
That's
I think it's a
amazing.
combination of both. When I was in college, they had I told all my girlfriends and my roommates and everybody, don't take a shower. We're going to have a fire drill at 2 a.m. They said, oh, you're so full of it. You always say stuff. So they're out there with bubbles in their hair, freezing in snow and rain and sleet. And I'm warm and toasty in my winter jacket because I knew we were having one, and we did. 2 o'clock, right on the dot. Woke us all up. We ran outside. Well, some of them were in the shower, so they had to go out like that.
That's so funny.
But I don't know how I know things. You know, it just comes in my head.
Awesome. That's
Well,
awesome.
Myrna, we look forward to the next time that you come on our show.
Okay, let's wait like a year, and then I'll have new stuff to tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. I had a good time. I told you I always have fun here. I had fun
Excellent.
last time we did it. So it's,
Oh, we have fun with you. We love
that's
you.
like
Absolutely.
an up for me. You know,
You're amazing. It's
Yeah.
just amazing the stuff the knowledge that you have.
and what comes out of me is unbelievable. I have to sometimes table it. You know,
That's okay. That's okay. We
well,
don't
no, if
mind.
somebody's a murderer, I don't call them on it and say, I see you killed somebody. I just say, I see you broke the law. And then they show me their ankle bracelet. And, oh, yeah. He said, well, yeah, I beat a guy up and I had to go to jail. He died. So I knew that, but I don't want to say it, you know. So
Yeah.
I say it a certain way, and then it comes out anyway.
Wow.
So,
Excellent.
Sam Blue says that was a fun show. Thank you. It was
oh,
a fun show.
Mm-hmm. For
thank you,
sure.
Stan. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody who tuned in now, or if you're watching our replay or listening to us on that Spotify. Gratitude for your time and energy.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Myrna. We love having
Thank
you
you.
on the show.
Okay,
Thank
give you
you.
both a kiss. Goodbye. Okay,
Mwah.
Kindly, Myrna.
Yes.
bye-bye.
Sending so much love.
When I'm getting ready to end the show, it does say stay in the studio until the outro video finishes playing, or
Okay.
the broadcast may not end properly. So,
Okay, I won't. I'd be glad to stay here another hour. I'm having a good time.
As we close this space, we invite you to carry forward what resonated and gently release what no longer belongs. Remember, healing is not something you seek outside yourself. It lives within you, moving through the heart, guided by wisdom and held in truth. Whether you joined us live or found this conversation in your own time, trust that you arrived exactly when you were meant to. Until we meet again, walk in beauty, walk in remembrance, and keep the fire of your soul lit.